All right, so we are going to talk tonight about some different ways to take your business off social media, not necessarily to say, okay, I'm not going to work my business on social media anymore, but ways that you can alternatively work your business and ways that you might could work it if something ever happened to social media, because we know that social media is not guaranteed to stick around. And I feel like right now is one of the best times that we could be talking about that, because we just never know what the future holds for Facebook, Instagram. Lord, I hope it stays, because I love me some Instagram, and social media is the way I work my business. I mean, I joined 6.5 years ago, and I have worked my business pretty much solely on social media all of those years, and pretty much solely online parties. So I am a huge advocate for social media. I love it to work my business. It is a free way to meet unlimited amounts of people. Such an easy, good way to grow and expand your network. But we always have to, for one, make sure we're getting our contacts into a place that is not just Facebook Messenger or Instagram DM. Like, we need to have them in a system to where everybody is in one place and it's not social media, so that you can stay in contact with them, so that you can do mass emails, so that you can do text alerts, whatever it is that you want to do. You don't really want to be doing follow-ups through Facebook Messenger. I mean, sometimes I do, because I have certain people who just prefer to communicate that way, and I know that. But for the most part, I text all of my customers, and Amy makes it really easy to do that, the Amy app. So, and I may actually put this call on my YouTube channel for the public, and put it like on our team pages, because I feel like this is going to be really good for our teams as well, not just leaders. So I think I'll do that. But that is really why you want to have alternatives to social media. I mean, just in case it goes down, and then you don't want to have all these contacts that you've met through Instagram or Facebook, but they're still only on Facebook or Instagram, and you don't have their phone number, you don't have their email, you have no way to check back in with them or turn them into a potential recruit or a customer if you lost contact with them. So here's the thing. I'm going to go over some ideas that I have. If any of you have additional ideas to add to what I say, if you've thought about different ways to work your business besides social media before, or if you just have anything that comes to you as I'm talking, please unmute yourself and let us know what you want to add. Because I obviously can't think of everything, but I did my best to think of what I could. So the first thing for parties that I thought of was Zoom. I mean, a lot of people already do Zoom parties, and that's something that you can text out a link to, email out a link to, and just get them on Zoom. Which, is Skype even a thing anymore? I don't even know if Skype is a thing anymore. That was the thing when me and Derek started dating, like, how long ago? 8 or 9 years ago. It was like Skype was the thing, but I don't even know if that's a thing anymore. I feel like Zoom is the new version of that and way better. But I think Skype too was only, you could do like 2 people. I don't know. But yeah, Zoom for sure is my favorite for things like this. And you can do just a live party just like you would do on Facebook. Yes, Lillian said you can FaceTime a group call. That's another thing. FaceTime is amazing. You can do a group text message. So a text party, basically. I mean, we already have text parties, so that's one thing that you could do, of course, to take it off social media. But a group text message would be another thing that you could get all of the guests into that group text message. Okay, so I don't know about Doxy. So if you want to tell us about Doxy, that would be great, unless it's just something that's very similar to Zoom.
Yeah, it basically is Zoom, but it's got a lot more, it's a lot more protected. I use it for, my therapist uses Doxy. So like, it follows HIPAA guidelines, which don't really matter to us, but it's almost just like Zoom. But yeah, it's another web-based platform. So
I wonder how it compares in price. That's another thing. with Zoom is I think it's if you want a certain amount of participants on it is when you have to pay, or like a certain time limit. That I know I pay for it, but I can't remember exactly what what I pay for. But I do know obviously Zoom costs if you want to do more things with it. But Doxy, Doxy, Tara put it in the chat box.
Yes, Brittany, it is.
Doxy.me.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
And well, mine Doxy is like, it's Doxy dot, and then it's my doctor's name, or like
Okay.
sometimes it's Doxy dot doctor something, or it's Doxy dot then their handle. But I've never done Zoom in a one-on-one, so I don't know how good it is for one-on-one. I've only ever done Zoom as a group, but Doxy is really good with one-on-one because it puts their whole face on your screen, which Zoom may do the same thing when you're one-on-one.
Yeah.
And it just has you up in the window, just like you were doing FaceTime on your phone.
Okay. Cool. So there's that one. There's Google Meet. Yes, Google Meet is very similar to Zoom. I've never used it, but I know people who do. So there's Google Meet. Y'all are going crazy in this chat box. Thank y'all. Zoom is like 40 minutes for free, you think? I think that's right. But I feel like the participant thing it has to be like a lot of participants, I think, for you to have to pay for it. So I mean, if you only had like normal party guest amount coming to your Zoom parties and you're keeping them under 40 minutes, then you should be able to use the free version, I'm pretty sure.
Do we have enough for 10? Almost.
Duo is another free app, Mayor said. Thank you. Duo. I don't know what Duo is. So if you want to come on and tell us, you can.
Yeah.
If you want to.
100. That's too easy.
So Duo, DUO. You think Google Meet has captions also? Yeah, I bet Google Meet is pretty cool. I need to check that out. So there's also Telegram. I don't know how many of you are familiar with it, but I recently downloaded it. And Telegram is cool because it's like you are joining it's almost, I mean, it's like a group text message, but you just go and you find the thread basically and you join it. And then it basically subscribes you to everything that person sends. So whether it's a text, they can send images, they can send videos. So you could get your customers in your Telegram, and then you can send, and that's a way too that you could do kind of like a text alert type thing, is just use Telegram and send your text alerts that way. And then everybody that has joined that conversation would get it. The only thing is they have to have the Telegram app. So for me, I prefer to use a text campaign, which I'll tell you about. And that way they don't have to have like a certain app or anything like that.
I just killed one.
Let's see. Squee is pretty cool, but very different from a participant side. Yeah, I've never used Squee either, but I have heard of that. So there's Squee. There's, let's see, what else? GroupMe. Yeah, there's so many things out there, y'all, like tons of ways. And then in-home parties, of course. And then for customer contact, just making sure I didn't miss anything. Does anybody else have anything to add for party ideas that don't involve social media? So for customer contact, for email newsletters. So first of all, you have your Scentsy newsletter. I don't love it because you can customize it. You can customize the wording, but you can't customize the images. You can't customize the links. You can't customize, it's not fully customizable, but it's a little bit customizable. And it's good because it's automated. I mean, it's something that you don't even have to think about since he's automatically going to send it out. But I like my stuff to be personalized, not only because I like it to go with my branding, but I like to be able to advertise what I want to advertise. And I also like to connect with my customers and make it kind of personal. So, I mean, you can even do weekly emails to your customers that kind of update them on what's going on in your life, kind of like you would, like you do on social media, but make it into an email. and just make it more personal in that way, kind of like relationship building way. Bag parties, of course, yes. How in the world did I leave that off my list? Bag parties. Excuse this guy. Can you do Facebook Live parties like on your regular Facebook? Yeah, you could do that. Why not? Somebody wants to come. You could do like a watch party. Yeah, like a mystery. Dude, that's a good idea. Be like, hey, who all wants to hop on this random party that I'm about to do for all of Facebook land? That might get you a lot of new customers. It's a good idea. Good idea, Shayla.
Because those people would kill.
I might have to do that. Okay, so
What do you need?
Besides the Scentsy newsletter, I use Mailchimp. I love Mailchimp. It's just very user friendly. It's not really user friendly on the phone, like on the mobile version, but on the computer, it's very user friendly. You can create templates, and then I send out my emails every Friday. And I usually do, the reason I do Friday is, for one, it's about to be the weekend and they'll have time to, I do my follow-ups on Fridays as well, because usually they're ready to order on Friday, and I'm gonna have to tell my husband to shush.
Yep, I see you. He's right there. I'm gonna go get him a shot. Hold on. You're so loud.
You're so loud. When he has his headset on, he's like yelling and he thinks he's whispering. Sorry y'all. This is real life. It is what it is. Mailchimp. I'll type it. Mailchimp. Okay. But it allows you to create templates. He's still just as loud. It allows you to create templates, and then you can just like duplicate it for the next Friday or however often you're sending them out. And then you can just change the hyperlinks or whatever. So you can make the button. It looks just like how your Scentsy email does, like where they put the image of what they're promoting, and then they'll put like shop here. And then that takes them directly to your site to that product. I love that. I love to be able to do that on my own. And so yeah, I'll usually send them out on Fridays, and I'll do like the LTOs that are coming the following Monday. I'll put a link to a pre-order form if I have a pre-order form for the LTOs that are coming. This Friday, I'll be sending out a link to the new catalog, a pre-order form if I do that. I don't know for sure if I'm going to do that or not, but just, highlight some of the new products, and also remind them that it's the last couple days to get 10% off Scentsy bars, and put a discontinuing list. So that kind of thing. And then I'll do the same thing with my text alert. There's also Visly. So if any of you, yes, Rachel, if any of you use Visly for scheduling your parties or anything like that, I use it for scheduling my parties and like for my Facebook groups when I do parties. So, and then some of you may use it for your VIP groups. I know like Jill, she schedules out her posts for the whole week for her VIP group. So, which I think you can do that directly through Facebook too. But Visly has email campaigns, which I haven't looked into yet. Rachel, have you used them, or did you just see that? And then Visly also has texting, which I use it for. Awesome. I may have to look at it, Rachel, because I already use Visly for text campaigns, and I use it for scheduling. So like if I'm already in there doing my text campaign for that day, I might as well just do my email while I'm in there. I like to have everything in one place. I have a training on QR codes, Shayla, but you can also it's so easy, but I do have a training on the team page somewhere. If you just search QR code, you should be able to find it. I think I showed how to do it on Canva and on Avery. I think I did both. So Visly. Okay. Awesome. Yeah, if it's just like their text alerts, yeah, I may look into that. It's probably more simple than Mailchimp. I mean, Mailchimp takes some practice to get everything down. Michelle said loyal shops is also good for text and email campaigns. So, just go to these different places and figure out which one works for you, because the same one isn't going to work for everybody. And then the pricing also, make sure you take that into account and, see what's best for your business budget. I think I do 20 for Visly. I think. I don't do emails though. I don't know what their email pricing is, but Mailchimp is free though. If you don't, that's what I like about Mailchimp, is it is free unless you use like certain extra features, but for the basic, it's free. But I already pay for Visly, so I do pay for their text campaigns as well. So I may just do the emails on that. I'm glad y'all said that. I really have never even thought to look at their email campaigns. So then there's text campaigns or text blasts, like when you get text alerts from companies who are saying, hey, we have a sale today, blah, blah, blah. That is the kind of thing that I send to my customers every Friday as well. So I send out an email and a text campaign every Friday. And so I use Visly for that. But with Visly, if you do a text campaign, it uses a different number than your own. So it sends from a number that they can't reply to. So if you want it to be very automated like that, obviously you should be still doing your personal follow-ups and like building your relationships that way personally. But if you're doing a text alert, I call it a smell alert. My customers know it's an automated thing and it's not going to be like a personal follow-up type thing. But if you want it to come from your number, you can use something else. You can use the Hit 'em Up app. It's called let me spell it on here. Hit 'em Up. You can use that. If anybody else has texting campaign ideas, the only thing with Hit 'em Up, so I used to use Hit 'em Up. The only thing with it is you have to have them as a contact in your phone, and then you can carry it over to the app. And then when you're sending it to each person, instead of like when I use Visly for my text campaigns. So with Visly, I can go in, I can put in the text that I want sent out, add an image if I want to, add 2 images, whatever. And then I can schedule it. So if I'm working and it's 12 p.m., but I don't want it to go out until 7 p.m., I can schedule it for 7 p.m. And then at 7, it's going to send it out to everybody. I don't have to do any work, and done. So type it up, schedule it, done, or send it out, done. That's all you have to do, one click. With Hit 'em Up, you have to go through the app and you have to hit send to everyone. I have like 200 people in my text campaign, so that would take longer than I would prefer. So, but again, weigh your options with pricing and time that it takes and all that stuff. Easy text. EZ. So literally the letters EZ text. Michelle said is another good one. You feel like a dinosaur? Time to learn them. Oh, wow. I didn't ever have that problem, Tara. That's crazy. Wow. Okay, so Telegram, like I said, is another one you could use for text campaigns, but keep in mind they have to have that app. So not necessarily the best thing, but if worst came to worst. Simple texting I found the other day as well. So if you use Mailchimp for your emails, you can, I think, merge simple texting with Mailchimp. But I haven't looked into it yet. I don't know anything about it. I just found it and thought it was cool that you could merge those together. So yeah, there's that. Like I said, with your monthly email newsletter from Scentsy, that's always going to go out regardless. And they do put a banner at the top to remind you, hey, if you want to update or make changes or whatever it says to your newsletter, you can go in and do that. So I usually try to change the wording up on that, but I pretty much always forget to do it and it just goes out how it is. I just can't remember to do it for some reason. Yeah, I feel like Telegram could be really fun if you get your customers on that. And then of course, Amy for follow-ups, and that's all I had on that for customer contact. So if y'all have any additional, anybody want to unmute yourself and say anything, add anything, or if you want to put anything in the chat box, you are welcome to. And what I do is just take one day a week, like 30 minutes a week or whatever it is, whatever works for you. Takes me usually no longer than 30 minutes. To update my email list and add any new numbers, any new contacts that I got that week to my list. So my text list or my email campaign. And the good thing is we have our workstation. So, I mean, you have all their contact info in there, but I'm going to show y'all really quick what I use to gather info for customers, potential customers, party guests. Like if I have a party, I will post this form and I will have people, I've done this since like day one of my Scentsy career doing Facebook parties, but I post this form and get their contact info. It's just a drawing form, giveaway form. And so I post it, it gives me their contact info. That way, if they don't place an order, I still get their contact info. They're obviously interested in some way. I add them into my contact list and they go on my text campaigns if they opt in. That's another thing I like about Visly is it does have an opt-in option for text campaigns. So basically you set a template that will text to them when you enter their number in your system. So when I put in a new contact, it will text them something like smell alerts from Wax McGee, something like reply yes to opt in or whatever. And if they opt in, Visly knows that they opted in and they will be put on my text list. So it's really cool to eliminate all that extra work that you might have to do, but it does give them that option. So I just add everybody's numbers in there because it does give them that option to opt in. It's not like you're just putting them in there and then you're going to start spamming them with text. They have the option if they want to opt in or not. But how do you transfer all the email addresses from Excel to the two? What do you mean to the two email address?
Right. So last time I did my email campaign, I tried it out for the first time for the holiday collection. Like I know how to transfer them from the workstation to an Excel spreadsheet, but then I had to like individually like copy and paste everybody's email address from the Excel spreadsheet to the actual email. Does that make sense?
Yeah. What are you using for your emails?
When I first did it, I did just Google Gmail, but I'm considering possibly looking into that Mailchimp thing.
Yeah, so that's the good thing about Mailchimp and probably Visly as well. I haven't looked into emails on Visly yet, but with Mailchimp, it allows you to add the whole list. So you can just copy it right over from your Excel spreadsheet. Actually, you don't have to copy it over. You just export it to Excel. So you've got all your email addresses, and then you just load that Excel spreadsheet into there, and it pulls all those emails out.
Oh, nice.
So it's just a whole, it's just a whole email blast. It does it all at one time. With Gmail, I used to do mine through Gmail too, and it's just too much work, honestly. And it started like being weird, like it wouldn't send all of them in bulk sometimes. I don't know why it wouldn't, but it would like kick all of them back. And I was like, I'm not doing this anymore. It was so frustrating. So
yeah, it literally took me forever that night. So the Mailchimp, does that cost? Like, do you pay for that?
It's free for the basic version. So, I mean, you probably wouldn't. I think it goes up to like thousands of contacts. Like it's a lot. So, if you did, I feel like it's like 2,000 contacts. So if you didn't have more than that on your email list,
I highly doubt it.
but obviously it'll grow, but I mean, it would even be worth it at that point. If you have that many contacts, you can pay a little bit for something like that, and it's worth it. But I'm pretty sure it's free up until like 2,000 contacts. And then there may be like extra features that you could use if you paid for it, but the basic version is just fine. You can do a ton with it. So
And it's more like user friendly to do it off like a computer rather than a phone, you said?
yeah, so that's the only thing about that one. I don't know how Visly is as far as like user friendly on mobile. I know it's pretty user friendly on mobile when you're scheduling things, so it's probably pretty user friendly for emails too. But yeah, so yeah,
Okay, thank you.
you're welcome. Tara was able to do some kind of software. I remember talking to her about this when I first started using Visly for text alerts. She said that she had to pay for a separate software to get her phone numbers all in at once. Otherwise, she would have had to enter them all one by one. That was the only thing. I did have to enter all of mine one by one. I had my assistant do it because I was not going to do it. It was so many, but because I never could figure that out. But if you can figure out how to get them uploaded in bulk, that is a game changer because it was a lot at once. Now, after the initial entering them all, it's not bad. So, I mean, because if you're going in there once a week and adding your new contacts, it's not that bad. But the initial adding, if you have a ton of customers, woo, it was rough.
Yeah, I found like I Googled it because it wanted it in this specific, like you know how like a PDF is .pdf and a JPEG is .jpg, and it wanted this specific thing, and I had never heard of it before, so I just Googled it and I found this specific software, and I found a coupon online, so it ended up costing like $4.99 to do it, and I was like, okay, sign me up. And it worked. It was so easy. It just literally transferred it from, like, I had to use iTunes, and iTunes allowed me to save it in an Excel spreadsheet, and then it transferred it. It was just like that PNG to PDF, or what, PDF to PNG website basically. And
Yeah,
it just shot it over, and then I uploaded that into Visly, and it was perfect.
yeah, that would
So
be
it was super easy, and it was absolutely worth it.
awesome.
And
Thank
if you could do something like that with your emails, and yeah, it's like $4.99. Yeah, it's worth it.
Yeah, the emails are super easy to get into Mailchimp. I just don't know about I don't know about Visly, but with an email campaign, I mean, surely you can put them in there easily in bulk because that would be a lot. But okay, so let's see. I was talking about so just take a little bit of time each week and update that so that you know that everybody's in there, and choose a day of the week that you want to send out your mass email and your text campaigns, or you can send out an email and a text campaign every time a new product launches. Like if they announce the Valentine's Day collection, then you can go in and announce that to your customers, whatever you want to do, however you want to do it, whatever works for you. And just keep in mind, like if you're using Visly text alerts or text campaigns, you only get a certain amount of credits for what you're paying for. And then like each text is a credit. So I have to be careful because at first I was sending a ton of them out, more than 4 a month, which is fine. I mean, I think a couple a week is not too much. Some people may think that, but I mean, if they're opting into your text alerts, they obviously want to be updated. So, but just keep that in mind. So I'm going to show y'all really quick that form. So let me share my screen. Wait, where is it? Oh, that was personal specials that I had pulled up. So this is what my giveaway form looks like. This is in Jot form. So if anybody wants to type that in the chat box, for anybody who doesn't know what Jot form is, just type that in so that they can see how to spell that. But it's just JOTFORM. You can also use Google Forms, but I love Jot form. Another thing with Jot form is it does cost after 5 forms, but you get 5 forms for free. So, and then Google Forms is just fine, but I just prefer the way the everything about Jot form. I just love how user friendly it is. I love the features of it. But this is what I post. I just have my little logo. Put whatever you want to on here. You don't have to have a logo. It doesn't matter. And then it just says I do a giveaway every month. Fill out this form to enter. So I'm unfortunately going to have to enter my info for all this because it's required. Why didn't that tab over? There we go. So you can make the questions required. I make them all required because you always want to get all of their contact info. So this is the best way. Just make them all required. Heather was the first random name that popped in my head. So whose party are you attending? Their email. Whoa. I'm gonna have to edit this part out for YouTube. I don't want people having all my contact info. Okay, so, and then I have on a scale of 1 to 5, how interested are you in earning extra income? That's supposed to say extra. Earning income with Scentsy or whatever, you can leave it like that. Earning income with Scentsy or getting paid on your purchases. So anything over a 1, I'm going to send them join info, which I send join info to everybody anyway, but that just helps gauge their interest. I love the rating idea. I got that from Christina Steinbrook a while back, but I just love that. And then the next one is on a scale of 1 to 5, how interested are you in earning free or discounted Scentsy? So that would tell me if they're interested in a party. If they mark anything above a 1, I'm going to send them their party options. Always offer options. And then if they have anyone that they want to refer, they can type their name in here. And I tell them I love referrals. I always send like a scent circle or something like that when, if they refer somebody and they place their first order, I will send them a little prize. So that's my little form. I use that basically the same template as my online order form for my parties. And I use this basically the same template for pre-orders as well. So with every form that goes into my customer's hands, it asks for their contact info. It asks on a scale of 1 to 5 how interested they are in joining. It asks on a scale of 1 to 5 how interested they are in a party. And then it also asks on my other forms, not that giveaway form, but my pre-order form and my online order form, ask if they want information on Scentsy Club. So it'll say like, are you interested? Hold on, I'll pull it up. I don't know what it says. So like my online order form.
It's about that time of year.
I like to use this for
We're gonna do our fishing trip.
for here. Let me go back and do it this way so I don't have to fill out all the information again. Let's see. Okay, so I have whose party are you shopping, all of their info. Type your order here, or you can text a screenshot and it has my number. Would you like to ship your order to the host? Shipping is free when her party reaches 500 in orders. So that tells me what we want to do there. Choose your form of payment. And then the Scentsy Club. Dang it, why is the Scentsy Club question not on there? That's supposed to be on there. Well, that tells me I need to fix that. I know that it's on my pre-order form. Edit form. I need to update this, by the way. Okay, so here's my Scentsy Club question. I very rarely get a no on this, so I wanted to share the wording with y'all. But it says, would you like info on Scentsy Club? And then as my little not subtitle, whatever you call this, discounts, never lose your favorite scents, and get exclusive access to items nobody else can get. And it's free to be a member. People always ask me if it costs to be a member, so I always make sure they know that it does not cost. Where's my little bar to stop my screen share? Where are you? Why is it not popping up? There it is. Okay. So there's that. Does anybody have anything to add on that? That is what so that giveaway form, the first one I shared, is the one I share with people who are potential customers or who are prospects who haven't ordered from me yet. That way, when you have a party, you can get all the contact info, even if they don't order. I don't know how much it is after the first 5. I have no idea. So Michelle said Amy has a contact form you can send as well, which gets them straight into your regular Amy contacts and follow-up schedule. I did not know that. That is awesome. Thank you for sharing that. So with the online order form, that's a little different, but I post that in the party as well. They do their shopping on my site, and then the objective is for them to fill out that order form, but it's not necessary. I just mainly have that so that I can gauge their interest in joining and hosting, and also make sure they've bundled their order correctly. Like, it gives me a chance to upsell, basically, is the only point in that online order form. Otherwise, they can just place their order online. But I mean, because you should be making sure that you're talking to them about joining and hosting anyway. But basically, that's the point of that. It sometimes it gets used, sometimes it doesn't, but it just allows me to upsell if they fill it out. So, how much time do we have left? We don't have a whole lot of time left. Does anybody else have anything to add or any questions? I have a little bit more content on here, but I'm just trying to figure out if I can go over it quick enough so that y'all aren't on here forever and ever. I've already went over a lot of it, but. So basically it's just creating a sales funnel for your customers to make sure that you're getting all of their info and doing it all correctly. So it's a 4-step process, and I'll tell you all the 4 steps first, and then I'll go into depth a little bit on each one. So yeah, Michelle, that's a good question. Michelle, where do you find that format on Amy? What did you say it was called? A contact form? I gotta check that out. Yeah, if you can look, that'd be good. Okay, so number 1 for creating a sales funnel is how are you finding new customers? Number 2 is capture their information. Number 3 is interact. And number 4 is convert them into a customer or a recruit.
Sorry, I didn't understand.
You're all probably already doing this, but this is just an intentional way to figure out how you're doing it and make sure you're doing it effectively. You found it under account. Awesome. So first step is how are you finding new customers? Second step is to capture their information. So number 1 is basically find the new customers. Number 2 is capture information. Number 3 is interact. And number 4 is convert.
Really, yeah.
So with how are you finding new customers, it's just how are you finding new customers? Obviously, for a lot of us, all of us probably, it's social media is a lot of it. But when you think of ways to find customers outside of social media, obviously in person, emails, if you're doing the email list, parties, referrals, setups in businesses that you may have, sip and sniffs, if you have an external website, if you're cool like that, I'm not. A decal on your car, branding yourself, like just think about all the ways you're finding new customers, and figure out ways that you can really find new customers that don't involve social media. Like what can you do to find new customers in addition to social media? And that's the first step. So how are you finding the new customers? Have a plan for that. Number 2 is to capture their information. So just capture it well through whatever system you're using, whether you're using a form like I do, whatever that system looks like for you that you're using, capture their info. And so I have examples of that. The giveaway form, use them in parties, use them in your emails as a referral incentive. So like when you do your email blast or your text blast, you could attach that giveaway form and put like, hey, send this to 5 friends and I'll send you a prize. And then that gives you 5 friends, contact info, just a way to try and expand your network a little bit more. You can use Linktree. I love Linktree. Absolutely love Linktree. I'm going to put it right here in the chat and I can show y'all my Linktree really quick. Let me pull it up. So Linktree, if you don't know what it is also free unless you want like the extra features that really don't matter, like the branding colors and stuff like that. Let's see here. Oh, I need to change my logo on this to my new one. All right, I'm gonna share this with y'all real quick.
Yeah, me too. I've got mine.
So Linktree is a way to have one link that goes to multiple links. So I have my Linktree in my bio of my Facebook page. I have it in my bio of my Instagram, but you can send your Linktree link out in an email or a text, whatever you want to do with it. And it allows you to send multiple links with one link. So it's really, really cool. So right now, my first one is Join Scentsy Club. So that directs them straight to my Scentsy Club. This is what it looks like on mobile. And then I have Join the Journey. So that directs them to my join page of my website. And then just general shop Scentsy. So like during the holidays, it'll say like shop the holiday collection or shop the harvest collection. And then the top one, if there's a new product coming out and I have a pre-order form currently, I'll put that at the top. And that way you can just say, if you're posting in your stories, if you're posting a video or whatever, or you're sending out whatever, you can say link is in my bio, or if we're talking about taking it off of social media, you can say, here's the link, click on this and you'll see where to pre-order. And then they'll also see all these other links. And then I have Why I Choose Scentsy. So this is my Scentsy story. It takes them directly to my highlight in my stories about my Scentsy journey. And then my favorite business supplies, I have an Amazon list for that because a lot of people ask me where I get certain business supplies. So I just say, go to my Linktree, it's there. And then Amazon home decor, people ask me about my home decor all the time. So I have my Amazon decor linked here. It's just, I freaking love Linktree. Like it's one of the coolest things ever. And it just makes things so simple for you. So simple. But you can put anything there. Anything you want. So I kind of use it for a mix of business and personal. I love linking my list there. Like Amazon lists are so cool. And you can just build the list, you can add to it over time, and then it's already in your Linktree. You don't have to go to change anything there. It just automatically updates it. So if you could like link it to a Pinterest board, if you like love cooking, for example, and you like to share recipes, you could have your Pinterest board with your recipes linked there. Like if that's a question you get all the time because you share a lot of recipes, you can have your recipes linked. Like it's just the coolest thing ever. It's fun. So that you could add your giveaway form to that. You could add your a way for them to subscribe to your emails, a way for them to subscribe to your text alerts, whatever. The possibilities are endless. So step 3 is interact. So this is where you build the relationships and create the like and trust aspect of what we talk about with know, like, and trust. Because at this point they know you, but you want to create the like and the trust. So focus on solving problems when you're interacting with your customers. Ask yourself, what problem does your product and opportunity solve for people? And just think every time you send out an email or a text or make a post on, we're going to talk about a little bit about social media right now because that's just how we work right now. But anytime you post something on social media, think how can that product or your opportunity, your business opportunity, solve a problem for someone? How can it add value to their life? Think about those things before you post anything, before you post a reel, before you post a post, before you post a picture. before you send an email out. Think about what problem you can solve for them, because that's what people want. So things that you can post that bring value and solve problems. You can post tips. You can post tips and suggestions. Like for me, I love to post when I get a new thing like this. Like I got this little stand today at Hobby Lobby, and I put my fragrance flower on it. So I posted that. I post like ways I decorate with my warmers. So I got a new pot or planter, whatever you want to call it, for my aloe vera warmer. Lord knows I don't have any live plants. They would all die. But I got a new pot for that. And so I shared that. Just whatever tips, suggestions, just anything that can add value. And helping people with their routines. So that's something that I like to do, is post like basically my morning routine with Scentsy Fresh. And I'll do, so for a while, I need to get back to this. For a while I was doing Scentsy Fresh every morning when I made my bed and sprayed my couch and everything. I still do that every morning, pretty much every morning. But ever since we started construction on our bedroom, my routine has been so thrown off. But then at night I would do like, I clean my counters after dinner every night. So as I was cleaning my counters, I would video me doing it, and I would just like be talking about something, or I would just play music while I was cleaning, like whatever. It's just kind of like a morning nightly routine type thing. So, and then also like when I spray my dogs, people laugh at my dogs because they literally just stand there and just let me spray them because they're so used to it. And then step 4 is to convert. Oh, another thing on Interact was asking for feedback, asking for opinions, doing polls, but just asking for feedback. So even if you're not doing social media, because people want to be heard and they want to tell you their opinions. Yes, that is definitely my name. I would not keep a plant alive. Like, So step 4 is convert. So after you've found them, you've got their info, you've nurtured them, you've built a relationship, you've built trust, then you can ask for the sale or for them to join. So all of those steps have to come before you start, obviously, asking somebody if they want to buy your product, or buy your opportunity, which we're leaders. We know most of this stuff, but sometimes we need a reminder, and this is a good system. That's why I wanted to go over that with y'all, because it's a good system to make sure that you are networking the way you should, finding new customers consistently the way you should, capturing the information correctly, going through that step process. So hopefully y'all got some value out of this.